Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. All right, I'm back. Of course I'm back. I got that from this one guy. He does, I don't know, he has a little channel. He always says that. I think it's funny. Anyway, okay, so you guys can see that I have gotten a big head start on a lot of things. Okay, I did more of the hair, but I left some hair here so we can do that together. I did the flower, 2 of the flowers, and how I did those, we're going to do that one here. I did a lot of the antlers, and we'll do that one here. And this is all to save time, because you guys, these, when you're coloring and you're doing mixed media, watercolor, the watercolor pencils or the colored pencils, all this stuff, it takes time. So, you know, and you guys have seen some of my videos, they're out of hand, like they're just too damn long. Okay, so I'm trying to like get these things down to like maybe 3 videos. So, but it took me 3 videos just to do the skin, and that was because of my camera kept cutting out. But anyway, all right, let me shut up and get started. Okay, so let's start on the hair, and I'll show you guys how I did the hair and what colors I used, if you like the hair. Okay, I'm trying to, just a second, let me bring the camera up, maybe, and then bring you guys down, and then, yes, you guys can see it. Let me see if I can move some of my accoutrements. I kind of have the same setup today again. I'll show it to you guys when we're done. I have a couple of candles on, and I'm just setting up my little art space. It's kind of nice to create with candlelight and some of your favorite things around you. You guys know I love her. She's like a little goddess. And I have her. And then I have these little mushrooms I love. And I just kind of put all this magical things around me, which I love. So, set up my little art space. Okay. So let me see if I can scoot that up a little bit. Yes, I can. There we go. So we can see the hair. Okay. So with the hair, I used, what did I use? This hair is like crazy. You know where I got this pattern? My husband watches WWE. And the girls always have the most beautiful outfits. And the outfit, one of the girls' outfits were these colors. I said, that would make beautiful hair. So I wrote those colors down. So if you see a color you like, you guys, always write it down. Because you never know when you're going to see a great color combination. And look where I found it, on the WWE, the girls' outfits. So, all right. So the colors I'm going to use is, this is, well, it's Prismacolor and Jane Davenport colors. So anyway, this is Prismacolor Violet, Prismacolor Mulberry, which is one of my favorite colors, Jane Davenport's Emerald, Chartreuse, Prismacolor, and then Prismacolor White. Okay, so the first one I want to start out with in the corners of the hair. So I'm going to start out here, make sure you guys are seeing me. You can see all the hair. Okay, great. I'm going to start out, let me sharpen my pencil. Okay, I'm going to start right in the corner. And when you do hair like this, you need to do like a light medium pressure, because you need to lay a lot of color on the paper without going to a wax bloom right away, because you need to blend all this with your blender. So, okay, next we're going to do, I'm going to sharpen this. Next, we'll go to the mulberry. Yeah. And you guys, this type of hair does take like quite a long time. So just take your time, and it's kind of relaxing though, because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. And to me, that's really relaxing. This is Emerald. I'm going to do that next. And to me, that's really relaxing. And I could, you know, I watercolored the face. I could just watercolor the hair, which I've done a lot of times, and it turns out gorgeous too. But I am really enjoying doing the hair like this. It's so dramatic. So, it's my new thing that I learned, and I love it. A lot of the girls who do coloring book videos, who like to do adult coloring, A lot of them do the hair like this, and I just love it. Just a second, I gotta darken that up right there. Okay. So now we're gonna take our blender and blend the purple into the magenta. Let me get something to wipe off my pencil. Wipe off. All right, where am I at? Now let's blend the mulberry into like that emerald color. And then wipe off, and then let's emerald into the chartreuse. Go up to the top, do the same thing. Which is why I don't want to just sit here and do the hair the whole time, because I mean this takes a while. Like if I was to do all this hair, it probably takes me, I didn't do the hair all at one time. I've just been working on it. It would probably take me an hour, hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half to two, more like an hour and a half to 2 hours to do all this hair. So, and a little bit more chartreuse there, and then I do a little bit of white in the middle, and that just gives you a little extra lightness and blends things even more together. Okay. All right, let's start that process again. But like I was saying, I could watercolor the hair, and that goes way faster, and it's pretty too. But like I said, I just think it's even prettier doing it like this. So I'm willing to take the time that it takes to do this type of hair. Not that I'll never watercolor my hair again, but I love this. And I love coming up with all the different color combinations, or seeing other people with their color combinations. Like the coloring book girls, they all do this, and they all, not all of them, but a lot of them do this, and they come up with different color combinations. And there's one girl especially I learned this from, and I can't think of who it was. I talked about her in one of my videos. I'll try to make sure I look it up and put her video down. And she does coloring book, adult coloring book videos. And that was the first person I saw do this hair. And then I saw some people after that, but she was actually the first one I saw that did such cool color combinations. So after I saw that, I'm always thinking about really neat color combos for this technique. So. And I think I discussed where I got this blender. I got this blender. This is, believe it or not, this is a Artist Loft, which is a really cheap brand at Michael's for watercolor, colored pencils, everything. Well, now they have their pencils. I said they're colored pencils right beside the Prismacolor pencils, so I want to try them and see how soft they are. Like Blick's has their own brand of colored pencils, like the Prismacolor pencils. So I just want to try them and see. But you know, they're kind of expensive too. These Artist Loft ones were like $3 a piece, so they weren't cheap. But anyway, what was cheap was their blender, only $1.25, and this blender works awesome. So hopefully they keep carrying them. Okay, let me just check my camera. Yeah, still going. All right, so I'm just gonna keep repeating the process. You know, I need the printer, when I reprint it, what I like to do is I like to, hopefully that works. I like to, there we go. When I draw my girls, I draw them out, then I ink them, and then I make and I download them into my computer, and then I make a copy. So I always am coloring or doing all my mixed media on a copy, not the original. And that is so, I always have it. So I do lots of other mixed media. I can use that, I can cut the girl out, use her in another mixed media page, or if I want to do some other type of art, like some of my collage art, I can throw her in that. So it just gives me like options. All right, just a second, guys. I'm trying to think. This strand of hair is a lot longer, so I'm having to go a little longer with my things here. Okay. That's it. Sometimes you have to judge like how much on each side until you meet in the middle, you know? And then the chartreuse in the middle. Okay. Okay, just checking my camera. I heard something like it turned off. My, I think I discovered what's happened with my camera when it just turns off is that I need to, I have a lot of pictures on my camera, and I need to, for one, erase some of the pictures, which I did today. And when I can only have so many of my videos in my gallery before it gets, you know, before it just gets too full. And if it gets too full, it'll just turn my camera off. So I need to make sure when I'm done doing my video, after I'm done downloading it to YouTube, that I delete the video. I'm just clogging my system up is what I'm doing. So do a little highlight with the white. Just a second, I just want to blend that a little bit more there. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's see how long we've been on for. 11 minutes. All right, let's do one more strand of hair, and then we're going to go up to the flowers. So one more strand of hair, just so you guys can see it again. So again, if you like these colors and you want this color combination, I'll let you know what I'm using in order. This is violet. And if it's a shorter strand, I won't do as much violet. I'll just do a little bit in the crux of the corners. But long strands like this, I do bring it out a little bit more. Okay, after that, I used mulberry. Both these are Prismacolors. Now, you may not even have Prismacolor pencils. You may have something else. So, but you want this effect. So just match up the colors the best you can. I've done that lots of times. I've seen a color combination. I don't have those exact colors. And I match it up. And then you kind of get your own thing too. This is Jane Davenport's Emerald. I love this color. It's not even an emerald green. It's like more like a turquoisey sea green. Not green, just a turquoisey green is what it's like. It's beautiful. This color to me is very Jane Davenport. And then this is Chartreuse Prismacolor. Okay, and then we're going to take our blender and blend the purple. And blend the purple right into the mulberry. Blend the mulberry into the emerald. And when you blend the mulberry and the emerald, it makes like another cool color. And I just let that happen. I think it's cool. And then blend the mulberry into the chartreuse. Okay, get good in here. Blend the violet into the mulberry. Mulberry into the emerald. Can't believe I got all these names down. And you will too as you keep using your pencils. And the emerald into the chartreuse. And chartreuse has become one of my favorite colors. And so is this emerald. I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. And I love the combination of the emerald and the chartreuse. That's what I do in the eyes a lot of times. Oh, actually, I don't always do that. A lot of times I use this other green color, but I'm going to start doing chartreuse in the middle and then the emerald in her eyes. That'll be gorgeous. I got to make sure I do that. Okay, see how you just come up with things on the fly all the time? So that's cool. I should write that down. Okay, well, I'll remember it. And that I will remember because I always do green eyes, so I'll remember to do the emerald. Okay, let's put those pencils away. How much time do we have right now? Because at about 30 minutes, my clock does turn off. I figured that out also. All right, let's go to the flower. Okay, let me redo my camera here so you can see. Okay, let's go down like that. Perfect. Now you guys can see the flower. Okay, so the flower, the colors we're going to use, I've pulled everything simple, orange and yellow. And my husband, he's an artist too. He doesn't actively do too much art anymore, but he always gives me really good advice. And he's like, I was like, what color should I make the flowers? And I was always going to make something that complements. He goes, no, give it like a bang, orange and yellow. And I'm like, are you sure? But he's always so good about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put orange at the base. Oh, and this is orange, just orange, Prismacolor. And this is Jane Davenport's Buzzy. Don't you guys love her names of her stuff? Like her watercolors always have the most beautiful names. I love them. A lot of mermaid names. She just has cool names. I was watching her on a video one time, and she's like, she was telling her teachers, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And she's like, I think she just said something like she wants to name watercolors or something like that. And they're like, oh, Jane, that's not a job. And she's like, it is a job. Well, I have it now. I name watercolors. I thought that was cute. I don't blame her. That's a good job. Okay, and I'm going to blend it all the way up into the yellow. Because then the yellow's still there, but it just changes the yellow a little bit. It blends it nicely, but at the top you still end up with a nice highlight up there, which I think looks really pretty. Okay, just a second. I need to fix my eraser. I got a little bit into this other part of the flower, which I didn't want to do. Okay, we'll deal with that. Oh, okay, what do I want to do with that part? Do I just want to use that yellow on there? You know what? I might just continue this yellow right up onto here. Yeah, I will. So we'll just let that yellow continue right up into here. There we go. I think I like that like that. Okay. Next. Again, you want to do a light medium pressure. Okay. Because you want a lot of color, and we're going to blend this into the yellow. So you need a lot of color to do that with. And if you like how everything looks really bold and really cool like this, I think you need to do that. And bring that yellow all the way up. I might add a little, I don't know, just a second, let me think. Let me just, sometimes I start thinking about too many things at one time, getting a little excited. Like, girl, finish what you're doing before you try to start on something else. Okay, let me go up a little bit more on this. There we go. Blender. I keep all my pencils in my hand. Okay, and I'm gonna put a little, just erase a little bit of that right there. There we go. Let's try a little bit of white in here. Let's see if we can get a little white to, yeah, a little bit of white to blend things and highlight things a little bit more. And then we'll make this a little bit more yellow to here. Yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, let's keep going. You guys, if my camera turns off, I'm going to try to make sure I stop by, you know, next, like 20, I think it stops at like 30 minutes. So at about 26, 27 minutes, I'll try to stop and start another video if I need to. But if it turns off at all ever, you guys, just know that's Angela's stupid camera. And just go on to the next part 2 or 3 or whatever the heck we're on. Okay, and then we're going to bring that yellow up here. This is a pretty yellow. this Jane's yellow, which is called Buzzy. It's very, very pretty. All Jane Davenport's colors are pretty. I call her Jane, like I know. Oh, Jane, like she knows who the hell I am. She's like, girl, I don't know you. Well, she's starting to know me. I started posting my work on her site, which a bunch of people do. It's not like I'm the only one. I belong to her, and I belonged to it for a while, but I've just really been posting on her Facebook group a lot lately. So, okay, here we go. Jane Davenport, like, girl, I don't know who you are. Like, do you know how many people post on my on my Facebook group? I'll be like, I know. Oh, a little white over here. Almost forgot. Just gives extra blending and extra light. I love doing it. I think it really, really makes a difference. Even on this yellow, just blend it. Just blend, blend, blend. Okay. Let's blend this orange into this yellow. And you know, when Jane Davenport said that she just wants to name watercolors, that's what she wants for her job when she was little. When I was little, I thought, can't I just color for a living? Because I love to color. I used to color these always birds and eagles. And in my crayon box, out of my 100 crayon box, I only would use all the browns, the bronzes, the golds. So that was like one little section of the crayon box of 100 crayons or 75 crayons, whatever it is. And when I was out of those, I would be so upset. I'd be like, Mom, I need another box of crayons. And she'd be like, girl, I just bought you a box of crayons. And I don't know if she ever knew that I was only using those colors. And I would use them right down to the nibs. I could just sit in my room forever and color. And what do I do now? Not that I do it for a living. I want to do it for a living, of course. Color. I think it's so relaxing and so fun. I consider it all coloring. Whether you're coloring with your colored pencils, whether you're coloring with your watercolors, your alcohol markers, your acrylic paints, I consider it all coloring. Even though you are painting when it's watercolor or acrylic paints, whatever, I just think it's all coloring. It is to me. That's how I think of it anyway. All right, let's take the white and do the blend and highlight even more. I'm really loving, I need to hit that flower. I'm really loving this orange against everything else. And this is so not like me to use orange and yellow. I've started using yellow a little bit more, but I never use orange. I never use red. And I'm glad my husband suggested it because I really need to get out of my rut of never using certain colors. Like I never use reds. You guys never see me use yellow too much. I don't use orange hardly ever. So I'm glad I'm getting out of that rut because there's so many beautiful colors. I need to be using all the colors. Okay, where are we at with time? All right, we'll pay attention. You know what happens too sometimes my video, it's my phone that I'm now taping with, which is a new thing for me. Anyway, sometimes the video will just continue and it'll just start a new one and not turn off. So let's just see what happens. So, okay, we'll do a little test. We'll test out my phone. Okay, and then a little yellow. And then a blending. And then take a little white and go like this. Look how pretty that looks. I think that is gorgeous. All right, let's touch on now. Let's do the last horn. What are these called? Horns? What the hell are they? Antlers. Horns. What the hell am I saying? Antlers. Okay, the first thing I did is I went ahead and put a base. Sometimes I put a base, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use watercolor for a base, sometimes I use markers. Well, I used an alcohol marker for the base. And this one is a Spectrum Noir, and it is FS3. I think that's an S. FS3. Yeah. I have to write it on because it really rubs off the bottoms here, or the bottom here. Anyway, so it's FS3. This is a Spectrum Noir. So, but that's the beigey color. So you can get this beigey color with just using a beige Prismacolor pencil or Jane Davenport pencil. Or you can use watercolor. You could use a gelato. You can use all kind of things to get this base, okay? You could even use distressed inks. Use whatever, the tea dye or whatever, to get this base. Okay, so I always try to tell you different things because not everybody has all the same stuff. And it's not the stuff, it's the techniques. And then you can use whatever you want to get to that. Second, I see a little blending that needs to happen right here. Okay, so let's get started. All right. On this base, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a dark brown Jane Davenport's Bear, and well, this is Prismacolor dark brown Jane Davenport Bear, and then I'm using Prismacolor dark umber. So at the base here, I'm going to use dark umber. Okay, and up the sides here, and up the sides here. I'm going to use a good amount of this. Then I'm going to use the Jane Davenport's, what is this, Bear. And I don't think I've ever used her Bear before. This is like my first time. I flippin' love it. Okay, and then let's blend. Let me sharpen. Okay, so let's, oh my goodness. All right. You know what? I already need an extender on this. I use the heck out of my blender. I'm telling you what. I go through blenders like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to, this is an extender. I was looking to see if they had these extenders at Michael's, and they didn't have them, so. But you can get these extenders. Oh, this extender doesn't fit this pencil. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Oh my God, this fits the Prismacolors, the Generals, which was my other one, but it doesn't fit this. Okay, never mind. But anyway, they have these, where do they have these at? Blick's. I thought I saw them at Michael's at one time, but I don't know. Let's check the camera, see if you guys are still there. Yes, you are. Okay. So let's blend this together. But I don't have to worry because I bought plenty of blenders when I was there. When they were $1.25. Well, I didn't buy plenty, but, well, I did. They had 3 left, so, you know, I cleared the shelf. I bought all 3. At $1.25? Yes, please. Last time I was there, I bought, like, with some name brand, and I bought that one, and it was regularly like $7 for 2 of them, and I just used a coupon. At Blick's, I think their blenders are maybe like $2 a piece. So for like $1.20 or $1.29 or whatever this was, I was like, oh yes. It's like, we are going to do that. Okay. All right, we'll see if we're going to do anything else with that in a second. We might. Second, let me see if I'm going to go up with this dark umber a little bit more or not. No, I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to take, what are we doing? This is dark umber, and what is this? Dark brown. Okay, let's take the dark brown. Oh, let me decide what I want the highlighted side at. I want this to be the highlighted side. Okay, Hopefully it's not too late. It's never too late. I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm trying to see if I want that to be, yeah. All right, so we're gonna have this be the darker side, because I feel like that would be where the light hits at. And we'll go like that. Okay, and that was with what color? That was with the dark umber. And I actually wanted to use the dark brown, but it's okay. We'll use the dark brown right now. Okay, and then we're going to use the bear from there. The reason I wanted to use the lighter one of these colors, the dark brown first, and then on the very edges use the umber because it's so dark, but it's fine. I'll survive. Okay, and then let's blend the dark browns into the bear color. I like the bear color, Jane Davenport. It's like a it has a little bit of a red tone to it. It's pretty. And let's just cut this back just a little bit so you can see a little bit of highlights right here. Okay, because I want that little bit of highlight right there. Just blend it up a little bit and have that little bit of a highlight. Okay. And you know what? At the same time, let's take that dark umber again and just outline just this side. Just an outline so it looks like it belongs. There we go. Okay. Next. Okay, you guys, you know what? We are at 32. Well, it's still saying it's recording. All right, let's do this. I'm going to stop this video, head to the next one, and we will finish this up. And, well, you know, it's still saying I'm recording, so let's just go with it. Hopefully I'm still recording. Okay, so is this the dark umber? Yeah, let's just line this a little bit. Just line this. There we go. And then we'll take the dark brown on the bottom here. We'll go like this. Okay.